Hello, my name is Holly Edwards. I'm the owner of Busy Bee Bookstore in Lockport, New York. Today I'm going to be teaching you all about zines, what they are, how to make them, and where to buy and sell them. We'll work together on making a mini zine, and then we'll discuss our collaborative zine project. So let's get started. Some of you may be wondering what a zine is. So we're going to start there. A zine is defined as a small circulation, self-published work of original or appropriated text and images, usually reproduced via photocopier. What does that mean? Zines are small books you can create yourself at home. They can contain artwork, photos, drawings, essays, poems, anything you want, which you can then photocopy and share with others. They are a great way to express your opinions, to share your feelings with others, to inspire others, and really connect with people around you. And each one is wildly unique to the person creating it. And I am going to use the overhead camera for a bit, and I'm going to walk you through some of my favorite zines, and we'll look at the different art mediums that they use to create them. This zine is called How a Thing Dies by Robert Walton. Its creator wrote that this is an experimental narrative, so it's part poem, part photo essay, evoking memories of home and feelings of loss. It is illustrated with photographs of decay taken around the Southeast. He writes, "One road leads out of town. It is a long and straight and smooth road, a good road, and each day you stand at its side to wonder how long a person can survive in a forgotten world, abandoned by nature and man and any sense of future." This zine is called List Number 13, Moving On. It's by Ramsey Beyer. You can find more of her work at everydaypants.com. And this is a half-page zine that talks about her moving. So on the left side are lists. On the right side are illustrations. And then at the end, she has guest lists. So she asks her readers to send in their own little lists and illustrations, and she includes them for quite a few pages. We'll be talking about making a collaborative zine later, and it's just a great way to just share so many different experiences and stories all in one place. This is called Lumpy Acres. It is by Vance Lump. It is a limited edition of 200. And you'll see the comics talking about his daily life. It goes season by season, sharing his experiences. And it's absolutely beautiful. This zine is called Finding a Place and Trusting It for a While, issue 6. And this is a combination of drawings and sketches and quotes and text from the writer. So you can see as we look through these, each zine is so different and so unique. That's from Tristan Miller. This is Kerbloom issue 113. The author puts out a zine every 2 months. And what you'll notice about this zine is it has absolutely no illustrations. So it is an essay, and she writes essays about different topics 6 times a year. And she does limited editions of 300 zines. And she uses a letterpress to make them. If you're wondering what that is, I will include a video in the resources. This was a zine that I made this winter with some members of the community. It is called Lockport Ladies, and it's to highlight all the amazing women in the Western New York area, events that were coming up in the winter, famous women in history, activists that had lived in our area. And it's a great way to collaborate and find like-minded people in your community. So Bangs and Beard Diary is a collaborative zine. You can see it's double-sided. It's by Melinda Tracy Boyce and Erin Whitaker, and they're both artists. And for 1 month, each day, they both created a diary comic of their day. And each side shares their different comics. So this is a great way to collaborate too. I'm going to show you another zine, Dig Deep and Your Secretary, and this is also different people collaborating on a zine. Half is done by one writer, and then you flip it over, and the other side is another zine. So that is just a really fun way to collaborate. Zines come in all sizes. This zine right here is called a mini zine, and it is simply one sheet of paper that has been folded up into 8 equal sections. There's no staples holding it together, it's just folded. We are going to make one of these together. They are very fun. The next size up is a 1/4 page zine. So this is a sheet of paper that's been cut along the middle, folded in half and stapled. Some people like to sew the binding, so there's a tool you can use to poke holes and then weave the thread through. The next size is a 1/2 page zine. So this is one sheet of paper that's been just folded in half and then stapled with a long arm stapler. And then this zine is also a single sheet of paper, but it has been folded the long way, which is a bit untraditional, but it makes for a really fun little comic. And then in the middle, they put some pictures. And then there's sizes like this, even bigger, using larger sheets of paper. So there are some tools I would recommend if you are making zines. The first is a long arm stapler. You can find these online or at stationery stores. They are great for stapling your 1/2 page zines, for your 1/4 zines, and lets you reach right to the middle. And then next we have a paper cutter. If you are making 1/4 size zines, this allows for a nice easy cut halfway down the paper. So you can really get creative. You can have so much fun with zines. So now that we learned how to make a zine, you might be wondering how you can sell your zines and where you can buy zines from other creators. If you're looking for a place online, Etsy.com, ETSY.com, has lots of zines available. They start as low as $1 and go up from there based on the materials used to create them. And you can find creators from all over the world, and you can find zines on any topic you can imagine. When you are 18, you can also set up a shop there. So on Etsy, you can find zine makers from all over the world. But if you want to find zine makers locally, then you need to look out for zine fairs. Zine fairs are events where people gather to sell and share their zines, and they are a great way to meet other local artists. If you live near Buffalo, New York, I recommend you check out Sugar City. It holds zine fairs throughout the year, and it also has a zine library of over 800 zines, and you can read them for free during their events. If you are in Rochester, the Visual Studies Workshop holds a Rochester Small Press Book Fair, where you can purchase zines, artist books, photo books, magazines, and more. And if you're feeling really adventurous, over the border in Toronto, Canada, Broken Pencil hosts a yearly festival called Teen Zine. And in addition to over 200 zine makers tabling, they also hold artist workshops during the day. So it is a really great educational event, and there's just a ton of talented artists and makers there. Thanks so much for joining in today. I hope you learned a lot about zines and that it's inspired you to create some of your own. In the next video, I am going to walk you through making an All About You mini zine. So just follow along with the next video. If you don't have the template, there is also a link to download that.